Hello and welcome to the first episode of Inspire, brought to you by ACMWVIT, a student led initiative under ACMVIT dedicated to uplifting and celebrating women in STEM. I'm your host, Yashika.
And I'm your co host Navtha for this session. Today's episode is incredibly special as we are joined by Ms. Rashi Agarwal, co founder and CBO of Zip Electric, a leading EV startup transforming last mile delivery in India. She was also featured in Fortune India's 40 Under 40 list in 2022, and her journey from finance to entrepreneurship is truly inspiring.
That's right. In this conversation, we'll dive into her background, the values driving her passion, and the lessons she has gathered through her journey as a woman entrepreneur. Rashi, thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you.
Thank you so much, Yashika and Navda, for the amazing introduction. And pleasure is all mine to be here. And looking forward to our session.
Sure. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Was entrepreneurship a long held aspiration for you, or did it develop over time?
I come from a background of businessmen. So my dad was a father, was a wholesale business and a hotelier. I've seen businesses thriving all my life, right? So of course that little kida inside of doing something of my own was always there. But I believe when I started working in my corporate journey, I still remember one fine day, one of our managers, asked us candidly that, where do you see yourself down the line 5 years from today? And I ended up saying that I'll be probably doing something of my own. And that day it hit me hard. I went back home. I discussed it with Akash, my equal half, that now that I've said this, what is it that I'm doing about it? And I don't think I have any plans. And that's where he said that, why don't you get started, think about it, do something about it. And that's how my journey started. I started exploring ideas, what can be done, what cannot be done. And then, yes, then it's a journey, of course, that, while I was doing my job, I started exploring a lot of options, and left plan happened. So I did not leave my job on day one when I planned to start my business. I did both of them parallelly. So it used to be 12 hours to 14 hours of work every day for almost 1.5 years. I did my business and my job parallelly. And once I got this full control on my business, got the stability, got the hang of things, then only I switched my, from my service to my business completely. So I would say that it was not something that, I had in mind. It happened organically. But of course, you have to think and you have to plan. It would, you would need to put in efforts to do something of your own, for sure.
Okay, that was wonderful, and thank you for opening about your experience. So, as you said before, you left a stable career in finance to start something of your own. So, what was the leap of faith like? How did it feel?
So as I mentioned that, when I started my job, I was already 4 to 5 years into it, and it was kind of not enjoying after a certain point in time. And I was having this interaction with Akash, that there's something that I want to do more, and I'm not very content with what I'm doing. Definitely, I was not very eager on joining something else, some other job. So that's how my journey for a business started, wherein I started exploring ideas, and I think leap of faith to my बोलूंगी that it is a lonely journey. I was definitely scared to start my own, and at the same time, I always wanted to be financially independent. So it was not like that I just left my job and started left ground on day one. Definitely, I worked harder, and gradually I left my job. A lot of people who says that you have to, you know, give it all. You cannot do it half-heartedly. You cannot do it, as a side job. And it depends what works for. I mean, in that. can work for you, it might not work for you. So you have to decide for yourself whether you want to go all in or you want to do something by yourself on your side to at least, you know, be aware of what you want to do and how you want to pursue it.
That's inspiring, Rashi. So, we have heard about your first venture. So, can you share something about that and the biggest learning from that experience?
So my first venture was Let's Flaunt. Basically, it is into e-commerce fashion. It was an e-commerce fashion portal, and uh, uh, we were selling customized posters, wall clocks, T-shirts. Right? It was basically selling an idea. The thought was that today we have to wear what is available in the market. If there's something that we want to wear, if we have an opinion, we want to wear a thought, we cannot. And there are a lot of small unorganized players in this market. We wanted to make it an organized market. So that's how the idea of Let's Flaunt started. My learnings, I would say, is that I had no experience of business, right? So I was doing a corporate job, having a comfortable life, money rolling in every month end. So when I started Let's Flaunt, the biggest learning was to know the nitty gritties of how to start a business, right? What all is needed. The most important thing that I learned while starting my journey was that you have to keep your ego aside. So while in corporate world, you usually have a lot of self-respect. There's a certain way that people should talk to you. There's a certain way that you want to be treated, and when you start your own business, you have to be thick-skinned. You have to reach out to people even if you don't want to. You have to, as I said, you have to keep your ego aside. As simple as that.
Okay, that was really nice to hear. So, hopping on to next question. What specific opportunity or challenge did you feel uniquely compelled to address by co-founding Zip Electric?
So see, Zip Electric, we started with so while I was running my business, Let's Flaunt, and Akash, my co-founder, and my equal half, right? He was doing a very comfortable job with a company called MobiQuick. We both were well settled in our respective area of work. But, again, that content, because Let's Flaunt had a limitation of growth. We know that it was a very commoditized business, and there's certain level wherein I can reach, but beyond that, probably there'll be a blocker, and it's just not that contentment of doing something bigger, creating a dent, doing something which can have an impact on a much larger scale. That was something that was always deep rooted inside me and Akash's heart and mind, right? And hence we were always looking out for opportunities wherein we can build something bigger. And that's how Zip Electric happened. So 8 years back, we started Zip Electric with the thought that we wanted to, change the way mobility today looks. And we wanted to bring affordability and sustainability in the commute, in the India's commute today. And hence we thought that EV could be something which can change the way we are commuting today. So while India is a hugely polluted country, we all know that EV can actually bring that change. Also, affordability was something that was a question mark because the way the petrol prices were rising. Also, EV was not very much out there down the line 7 years ago, right? And we thought that we have to do something around this because people were not comfortable using EVs. There were issues with respect to range anxiety. There were issues with respect to infra, having the right product in place. So we thought that we need to pitch in and we need to probably create an entire EV ecosystem. So, creating the business which is not yet there in the market, doing everything for the first time, not in the market, I would say globally not in the market, and doing everything for the first time, although you get the first mover advantage, but at the same time, all the mistakes that you'll make, all the learnings would be for the first time. Everything you have to do on your own. So it will have its own share of challenges while starting a business like this, and of course you will have your benefits as well.
That's inspiring, Rashi. Okay, so how do you ensure that even on days when things don't go as planned, they ultimately contribute to your personal and professional evolution?
If things don't go well, I think that's the journey of a founder. I mean, they'll all, and you know, any business you pick, there'll be not a single business you'll find which probably would have every time an up in the growth, all the rosy pictures in life. Every business would have its own share of challenges. There'll be ups and their downs, and the people, the businessmen, the founders who actually survive that are the ones who are actually able to grow it. So one thing that I always say, that you have to be at it. You have to just keep doing it, irrespective of whatever challenges come your way. Just don't deter by what you hear, what you experience. Just keep walking, if not running, but be at it.
Okay, thank you, Rashi. That was really inspiring, to hear from someone great like you. So, what were some career challenges you faced early on, especially as a woman in business and tech?
See, career challenges. I think it's everybody has different experiences in their journey. I don't think I would say that as a woman I had to face anything as such in the career, but I would say that you not always have to face everything while working. You, in general, also as a woman, has to face a lot of things around you, right? Like there are certain biases for men compared to women. So I would say those are few challenges that I might have also come across while pursuing my career. Like one example, I would say that while I come from a Banya family, and we were three daughters, so that uh, idea of getting settled down by my grandparents was very much evident, and they always wanted that first you get settled down and then probably look out for something that you want to do. So those are small barriers that you have to fight your way out while you want to achieve something in life. Other than that, I would say personally I was being lucky in my journey, wherein I had a great partner who supported me whatever I wanted to do in life, and we started Zip Electric together. So I would not say that I had to face a lot of biasness as such while doing my business, but basic challenges as a woman that you have to face. That's about it.
That's good to know that you have such supportive people in your life. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What is the culture like at Zip when it comes to women empowerment and inclusivity?
So I'll divide this question into two parts. One, the culture in Zip, and then I'll talk about women inclusivity, right? So we believe in work hard but party harder. So being a startup, that's the beauty, that you do not really need to just enjoy or have some good time on the festivities or on very planned way, but you can always have some good time after a hard day at work. So that's what Zip strongly believe in, that every evening or every second or third evening we believe in doing something or the other, or partying or going out. So that's how we have brought the teams together, and that also adds a lot of positivity in how you want to work, right? Second, when we talk about women inclusivity in Zip, I think we have some 20,000 riders today running on the roads and working with Zip Electric. We have encouraged a lot of women drivers to work and do deliveries, because this is one area where I think women is not very comfortable working, and we strongly want to promote that. Anybody who is wanting to do something, they want to earn bread and butter, and they don't have the means to do it, Zip Electric would be a place wherein they can just come, have a good scooter, branded scooter, and start working on day one and start making money on day one. So for women, we usually have better pricing. On the rental plans that we have for our scooters, we have better timings, flexible hours. So these are few areas where we have worked a lot to include women for last mile delivery services.
Okay, yeah, thank you. That's great. So, I just wanted to ask, what's like one moment in your entrepreneur journey that you feel truly proud or fulfilled?
So I think I would say that today Zip has some 1,100 employees and 20,000 riders running on the roads. I mean, generating so much of employment, uh, supporting people to earn bread and butter for their family. So I feel this is what is the best thing for the entrepreneurial journey that you can do, that just you're not living for yourself, but you're living for these people. You have done something which has created so much of employment in the country, and people are able to do something for their families. So I think that's the most beautiful thing, I would say, of starting any business.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the most impactful thing of any entrepreneurship journey.
Yes.
Okay. So if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self just starting out, what would it be?
Okay. So I think when we are young, it is important that we don't become complacent with whatever we are doing. If there's something that you feel that you need to switch, if your heart and your mind is not into it, just take a fast call. You have a lot of opportunities that can come your way. You don't need to be worried about it. You don't need to stick around it, and take a leap of faith and move on. That is one thing that I probably would like to tell my younger self, because I think I stretched a little bit more time in my first job rather than having more experiences or learnings in different places. I would not say that just start switching every year. Definitely you should have stability in every job that you do, but if you feel that you have done your learning, if more enough you have done, then that is a time that you should start exploring more opportunities. But otherwise, you should definitely give enough time to one place to do your learning, because I know today's Gen Zs, the young generation, they believe in switching very fast. They want growth very fast. They want balance in life. So everything you cannot get. You have to be, more patient with whatever you have in hand. That is when you will start growing. Once you will stick to one place, learn more, and do not just every 6 months start chasing places so that you believe that you'll start making more money. That on a longer run will not going to help you. Maybe in the short run, yes. So you have to be far sighted. You have to think that how you have to grow your future on a longer scale, because once you'll start doing that, your resume would speak a lot about your personality, about you, and that is when you do not get what you want. So be mindful of that.
That's a really wonderful advice. So, coming to our next question, do you have mentors who have played a key role in your journey?
See, I would say my mentor when I was young was my mother. uh, I think I've learned a lot from her. She was truly inspiring. The way she was always so giving and not asking for anything in return, right? That's one quality which I always wanted to have. That is one. Second, I would say that I have learned a lot from my husband. He's definitely one of the person I look up to. I think a lot of my growth. So he possesses a lot of energy. He's always on a go, and I think it is so important to have a right partner in your life. That because what you are as a person, 50% of that is usually shaped up by your equal half. So I would say that these are two people who I really look up to, and will always be my mentors.
That's really good to know, Rashi. So, your appearance on Shark Tank India created a huge buzz. So, what was your experience like behind the scenes and on the stage? Like, what was it like?
Shark Tank. So see, Akash and I were always very keen on, watching Shark Tank US. And when Shark Tank India happened, we definitely wanted to go and experience that. We got the opportunity. The Shark Tank team called us, and we thought that it is good to experience Shark Tank and see how the whole format is. It was overall an interesting experience, I would say. I mean, it was a 1 hour session wherein they asked questions. Um, I mean, see, we being a B2B player, I would say business wise, it did not create a major impact in how we grow our business. But definitely, Zip Electric got a lot of promotion through that. While we are very much prevalent in Delhi, NCR, Bangalore, and Mumbai, we got a name all across the country. So yeah, that way it was helpful.
That's really nice to hear. So, how do you see the landscape of entrepreneurship today versus when you started? Like, what's changed for women?
Women, I would not like to talk about in particular, but in general, I can talk, about the landscape. I think 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, startup was still a buzzword where people were not sure what they were doing. So I still remember when we started Zip Electric, our parents were not happy. Um, for almost 6, 8 months, they were having this fear that why we have done this, and we both was well settled in our respective jobs, and it was not needed, and why we have to take so much risk, right? But today, if you ask me, even tier 2, tier 3 cities, because of Shark Tank, probably there's so much of awareness, and doing a startup is like every second kid dream these days. So definitely the mindset has changed a lot. The way people used to look at starting their venture or doing a startup has taken a different leap now. So, and I think it's gonna grow. India is still very nascent in doing businesses, though. Once a while, whenever I see Shark Tank, I see that now people are really opening up to the idea of businesses. A lot of innovation is happening in the country. Women is contributing a lot. They are starting up, ventures. So I think it is just a start, and it will grow in leaps and bounds in future for sure.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so if you weren't building Zip today, what other space or field you might have pursued?
So, if not Zip, not logistics, or not mobility, then probably health would have been an area where I would have liked to do something, or education. Both these areas are close to my heart.
So, is it because you want to do something for others, like while doing entrepreneurship?
So, solving a problem is something that is always an idea behind running a business. And these two areas would always be, at the areas of innovation, wherein there's so much more can be done. And I think it will, and something that is, so health is something I'm very passionate about. I enjoy, workouts, gymming, and everything. And so I think anything which you enjoy doing, if you, get involved in that, you always do better than, the other areas. So yeah, education and healthcare could be two areas of interest for me.
Okay, so what's one personal habit or trait that has helped you most throughout your journey?
So I think I'm a disciplined person, and also a hardworking person, right? These two traits are important. Along with, you have to be perseverant of whatever you are doing. So, as I said earlier, also that be at it, which is one thing which every founder has to strongly do to be running their business, because there will be a lot of ups and downs. It will be a lonely journey for sure. So perseverance is a key to grow any business. I think these two, three qualities I have, which makes me, starting two businesses of my own and running them successfully as well.
That's lovely. So, Where do you see Zip Electric in going in next 5 to 10 years? Like any exciting missions or innovations on the horizon?
So, see, one thing is for sure that our vision is to electrify the entire last mile deliveries, right? So, we believe that down the line, 5 to 10 years, we would like to see not just India but globally the commute, the way we are commuting today in last mile delivery space should change completely from IC engine to EVs. That is one thing that Zip's core vision is, believe is, right? As far as the innovation is concerned, currently that what Zip is doing, I think we are doing a lot on the, you know, so we're getting the entire EV data points on a chat screen, like um, which is powered by AI. So a lot of so kind of Zips GPT that we are creating, which is the next innovation that we're doing, and that all enabled by AI. So all the learnings that we have today, 8 years of Zips learning, along with the learnings that we can get from AI, we are bringing it together and kind of creating a Zip chat GPT, wherein we would be doing a lot of innovation with respect to data.
That's a really interesting innovation. Who or what inspires you on tough days?
I think tough days are when you have to keep yourself motivated, and the lot of things that you can do. Maybe just take a break. Sometimes I believe a lot in going out for workouts and get clarity for thoughts. Usually. Going out for a travel, and just give myself a break for 1 or 2 days, and once I get back to my old self, then I get started again. So that's my way of managing stress.
I would say that is a really wonderful way to manage stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to the last question. So, what would you like to say to all the young women listening today, especially those who dream of launching something of their own?
I would say that ignore the noise around you and just be at it, okay? And don't feel guilty about anything that you're doing, because if you're doing something for yourself, you're doing it for your family as well, for your parents as well, for your kid as well. So don't feel guilty about it, and do it with full passion and confidence. And just close your ears.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rashi, for sharing such rich and insight with us. We are sure this conversation will inspire many women.
So good to hear. So good to hear from all of you. I think I really enjoyed my conversation too, and all the very best for your career, girls.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you so much.
just one piece of advice I would like to give, that be financially independent. Whatever you do, uh, working is important to have your own identity, right? So ensure that you are always doing something, whatever inspires you, be it your own startup or your job. I think what matters is that you should be happy in doing whatever you're doing.
Sure. Thank you so much for your advices, and wishing you and Zip continued success. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on Inspire. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, take care. Bye bye.
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 Thank you.